Last week I was stressed out, bills piling up. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. You know, I quit that freight brokerage. I started working at an auto dealership. The job actually came to me through a mutual, like a friend I had through Instagram that I used to work with. So I knew it was from God, but that don't stop the doubt coming in, because when I started working there, you know, I wasn't making as much money, at least initially, as the freight brokerage. You know, God told me to leave that brokerage and I didn't know what was gonna happen. So I just really took the job as far as like relationships go. You know, I just knew I had to get around some Christian people. I met these guys at the dealership. I already knew one of them, and they were like extremely good people. Man, we prayed together. So I took the job. Instead of chasing the money, I've been chasing relationships. And last week I started finally seeing stuff work, man. I ended up selling 5 cars, and that's not even any leads that the dealership had given me, because they do give you leads from like Car Gurus or whatever. But all the sales came from my social media, so I got actual proof of concept. I needed that more than any amount of money, because I needed to see that it was working, because I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I made $12.50 last week. You know, and I really just enjoy doing it. I could post. I'm literally just on my Facebook, which I already do anyways, on my social media, making reels, driving all kinds of different cars, and I'm actually able to help people because we do no credit check, no job verification. So that's right up my alley for people who, you know, have gotten out of prison and stuff like that. So I'm able to, they see the vision. The owner sees the vision, the GM sees the vision, they all see the vision of what I'm trying to do. And it's such a refreshing thing that I listen to God. I can't believe, you know, I was doubting God there for a second because I was jobless for a couple weeks prior to, you know, me even getting this job. I even went and worked at a restaurant, made $400 in one day. I worked there one day, made $400, and then boom, didn't work there no more. They never called me back, and I did really good. I busted my butt. I did put in like 14 hours or whatever. So I'm actually starting to see proof of concept working. And not only that, I'm starting to see my value. I already knew how valuable I was, but thinking you're valuable and then actually seeing all your hard work pay off is extremely different, you know. And they see my value because, well, like yesterday, I'm not even there. I got people, I'm not even there. I'm off Mondays. I got people coming in, looking at cars. I've been working my butt off. My Facebook is going crazy. Instagram, because I'm selling a lot of cars off of Facebook Marketplace, right? So my Instagram is going crazy. My Facebook is going crazy. I'm able to help people, able to help felons, get them into cars. It's amazing to see what God could do if you just jump out there, you know, and on faith. And I did jump out there in faith. Didn't know what I was going to do. Didn't have a backup plan. And I'm starting to see, you know, everything's finally starting to pay off, you know. And it's not just a job. I'm like literally learning new sales skills. And I was worried about learning a new skill because I've been in sales, you know, since I've been out of prison. I did the restaurant for 3 years, which is sales, but on a smaller scale. I was a server. And then I was working at the freight brokers for 3 years. So, you know, it's all sales skills, but selling cars is completely different. But I'm able to, you know, sell cars and stuff off my Facebook, and I'm learning a new skill as far as selling cars and everything. But also, you know, it's just amazing to see what God could do. There's pressure. Like, I got these court dates popping up from, you know, like loans that I took out when I first got out of prison for the auto dealership. I initially opened up an auto dealership when I got out of prison, and it didn't work out because I was a felon. They ended up shutting it down. So the loans that I used for that auto dealership, I got court, you know, there's people, you know, you can check on the county website, and there's court dates and stuff like that. But I'm not even worried anymore, man. I always knew what God could do, but now I can see it clearer than ever what the plan is. There's still blind spots, of course, but I'm just gonna keep going in faith, man. It's it's crazy to, I can't even think about how far I've came in such a short amount of time, just with sobriety. My mind's clear. It's clearer than it's ever been. I haven't drank, haven't smoked in about 49 days now. Haven't smoked weed, haven't done anything. All I've been doing is working out. I'm seeing my body start to I'm getting swole. People are noticing it. God is just really moving through my life. And it, you know, I've stayed 10 toes down since I've been out of prison. I never lost sight of the vision. I always knew I was going to be successful. Even when I was in a trap house, I knew I was going to be successful. You know, I didn't know how, but I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor start to reveal themselves. I still have to give up my truck. I'm behind on payments, but this is how good God is. God literally, so the owner calls me in there. He's like, look, I know, you know, you got to give up your truck and all this other stuff, but I'm going to let you whip this Honda Crosstour out there. So it's a beautiful Honda Crosstour. It's a little older, but it's still got all the tech and gadgets, got the backup cameras and everything. It's in really nice condition. I can't even complain. Like, it's free payment. Like, they own the car, but they're gonna let me rock it. I'm out of the season of my life where, you know, death to ego, death to all that stuff. I'm not even stressing that stuff no more. I got another nice car, so I did call the finance people up who loaned me the money for my car, Santander Bank, and I'm like, look, dude, I gotta do a voluntary surrender. I can't make the payments. I'm so behind that now that I did make some money last week, but if I were to put all my money into the truck, I'm literally just working for the truck, and I can't do that. So they gave me 3 to 5 days. They're gonna pick it up from my job. I'm probably gonna post that on my social media because I want to show people, like, you know, doesn't matter how far down you came, you know, it's death to ego, death to self. God's gonna take care of me, and that's what I'm really relying on. So I do got to give up the truck, but the owner's gonna let me whip this really fire Honda Crosstour. But the awesome thing about this is how I know it's from God, right? My thing is white cars, like white cars, white truck. That's my color, right? And the Honda Crosstour just got repoed because we deal with people who, you know, have bad financial habits, and the owner does give people chances. Like, he ain't just gonna repo your car for no reason. You know, you got a chance to pay your bill. Like, he's calling the people, they just didn't pay it. So in comes this beautiful Honda Crosstour, comes into the dealership, got repoed, and he calls me in there. He's like, hey man, I know you need a reliable car, you have a kid, you know, blah blah blah. Here, I'm gonna let you rock this, just get insurance on it. So I'm gonna switch that out for the Crosstour. I'll definitely post it with you guys. You know, I still haven't given up on the app. I do have an app coming out, the first re-entry app of its kind, job builder, resume builder, business builders, AI coaches, meeting finders. You can find NAAA meetings, recovery coach. I mean, everything's in this app, but I'm not rushing it. I'm literally, me and my buddy do not want to rush anything. We know it's from God, but we have to tighten up, you know, our operating agreements, our business plans, because this thing is going to be worth a lot of money and we want to do it right. So it's taking a little more time than usual, but that's okay too. And, you know, life is good, just trusting in God, trusting in everything he's got for us. You know, I did sell 5 cars last week off the strength, you know what I mean? And, you know, I just want to, like, leave you guys with this. Sometimes the comeback, it's not going to be like a miracle. Boom! It starts with us showing up consistently and, you know, and doing things with a different spirit and getting sober. I believe God has something for all of us, but he's holding it from us sometimes because we're not the person that we're supposed to be at that time. You know what I mean? And if you're in a season of life you feel like you're starting over, do not despise the small beginnings. That little door might be the one that God is using to rebuild our life. And you know, I would like you guys to like and subscribe if you made it this far. Drop the word felon, man, and let me just know that you guys are making this far. I don't have a lot of, you know, subscribers on YouTube right now, so even if I get 100 views or something, it's like woo to me, you know. But I really love you guys, and I'm making these videos for myself as well as you. I just want you to know the struggle's real, but stay 10 toes down, man, and we're gonna come through it. I love y'all.